Hey, kinda. Can you hear me? No, I wasn't cracking my knuckles. That's, uh, that's the neighbors above me. Fucking walking around. Yeah, it's like constant. It's just constant. There's like fucking cars outside. That's why I numb myself with weed. So I don't give a fuck about nothing. Excuse me. Give me a minute to get my bearings. Been a minute since I streamed. Let's begin. I'm gonna do a new game. They like completely overhauled these FMV
the clans tell
sequences.
tales of him. Few know the truth. He was mortal once, as were we all. However, his contempt for humanity drove him to create me and my brethren. I am Raziel, firstborn of his lieutenants. I stood with Cain and my brethren at the dawn of the Empire. I have served him a millennium. Over time, we became less human and more divine. Cain would enter the state of change and emerge with a new gift. Some years after the Master, our evolution would follow.
Raziel's a sexy
Until
vampire.
I had the honor of surpassing my lord. For my transgression, I earned a new kind of reward. Agony. There was only one possible outcome. My eternal damnation. I, Raziel, was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, to burn forever in the bowels of the Lake of the Dead.
Cast him in.
Tumbling, burning with white-hot fire, I plunged into the depths of the abyss. Unspeakable pain, relentless agony. Time ceased to exist. Only this torture and a deepening hatred of the hypocrisy that damned me to this hell. An eternity passed, and my torment receded, bringing me back from the precipice of madness. The descent had destroyed me, and yet I lived.
I know you, Raziel. You are worthy.
What madness is this? What pitiful form is this that I have come to inhabit? Death would be a release next to this travesty.
You did not survive the abyss, Raziel. I have only spared you from total dissolution.
I would choose oblivion over this existence.
The choice is not yours.
I am destroyed.
You are reborn. The birth of one of Cain's abominations traps the essence of life. It is this soul that animates the corpse you lived in. And that, Raziel, is the demise of Nosgoth. There is no balance. The souls of the dead remain trapped. I cannot spin them in the wheel of fate. They cannot complete their destinies. Redeem yourself.
No, I was just toggling them.
Or if you prefer, avenge yourself. Settle your dispute with Cain. Destroy
just like seeing the
him and your
difference.
brethren. Free their souls and let the wheel of fate churn again.
It's just wild.
Use your hatred to reave their souls. I can make it possible. Become my soul reaver. My angel.
He's much
of death.
bluer in the second one. Look how glorious he is.
These gates twist space, laying a path across great
I never actually
spans.
beat these games, but they've always been faves. I had a demo of this game when I was like maybe 5 or 6. I can't remember the age, but I know I always thought Raziel was the coolest looking character, but the game scared the shit out of me when I was that age, so I couldn't play it. I later played it on the Dreamcast and really loved it, but I never beat it. Oh, then I played the second one on the PlayStation 2, but also never beat that. I'm gonna beat it now, though, for
You are
sure.
weak. You must feed.
Especially with these
The old
upgraded
hunger has left
graphics.
me. I have no desire for blood.
You are changed. Your bloodthirst is replaced by a deeper need. You have become a devourer of souls. To sustain your strength, you must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the souls of your enemies.
Eating souls is kind of more badass than drinking blood. You're denying your victim their afterlife.
Your wings, though ruined, are not without purpose. Take hold of them as you leap, and they will carry you across this chasm.
What scabrous wretches are these?
Playing this game with a movable camera. is
You are
like-
the scavengers of the underworld. Their feral hunger has
That's one of the
claimed
things that
countless
was
souls.
a huge
Spirits
detriment
who
to
now
the
shall
original,
never
the camera.
find their rest.
Because you couldn't move it.
These portals are your conduit between the spectral and material realms. With their aid, you may gather matter and will yourself to become manifest in the physical world. This is taxing, however. Your strength must first be fully restored. You require no conduit to return to this plane. You may abandon your physical body at any time. Sustain your strength to prolong your manifestation in the physical world. If you fail to feed or absorb too many wounds, this fragile matter
I like the little
will
jig that he
dissolve.
does. Cannot climb yet. Can't go through there. Isn't this where I came from?
You are young yet, Raziel. You still retain many of your vampiric weaknesses. Immersion in water, while not fatal, will dissolve your physical body, forcing your return to the spirit world. Be aware that in the spectral realm, water has neither heft nor lift. It stands as thin as air.
I'm watching the playback on my computer, and I don't know, on my computer the colors are a lot less vibrant than what I'm seeing on the actual TV. That's why I pointed out that this game is really
Do
colorful.
you not recognize them? They are the children of your brother, Duma.
That's impossible. These foul, scuttling beasts could not be kin of our high blood.
Look at the difference.
Do you suppose that time stood still for you,
Like most of the
Raziel?
enemies look like
Much
blobs
has
in the
changed
original
since you
game.
passed from the world of men.
It's cute
I
though.
knew my opponent's weaknesses, having suffered them myself. Physical wounds are fleeting. A vampire's immortal flesh begins to close as soon as it is cleaved. Vampires need only fear those wounds that impale or inflame. Water scorches like acid, and fledglings are devastated by sunlight's touch. I would have to modify my tactics to suit my foes.
Unfettered from the flesh, a creature's soul fades swiftly into the spectral realm. Draw it in quickly, Raziel, or you will be compelled to follow.
Hop up here so the other guy can't get me. Give me your soul. You bitch. Damn it. Get on the spot.
Your physical prowess surpasses what you knew in life. Even massive obstacles can be moved effortlessly.
I'll just push it. Very intuitive block moving mechanics for such an old game. I also like to say that Soul Reaver
The
paved the way
sanctuary
for
of the
God of War.
clans reduced to
Absolutely.
ruin. Beyond these walls lay the pillars of Nosgoth, the seat of Kain's empire. How humble it now appeared, collapsing into the dust of its former magnificence. And yet, I had only just emerged. In the instant between my execution and resurrection, centuries had apparently passed.
This world is wrecked with cataclysms. The earth strains to shrug off the pestilence of Cain's parasitic empire. The fate of this world was preordained in an instant by a solitary man. Unwilling to martyr himself to restore Nosgoth's balance, Cain condemned the world to the decay you see. In that moment, the unraveling began. Now it is nearly played out. Nosgoth teeters on the brink of collapse. Its fragile balance cannot hold.
This is like one of the first games where they had environmental weapons. You just pick shit off the wall. And you can reuse it too. Had to get the blood gushing. How do you like that? That's so fucking cool. Will probably end up getting lost, which always happens. This game is a labyrinth, and its map markers are very cryptic. I can't keep track of them. So like this is all you get to go by.
This, at least, had remained constant. The endlessly swirling vortex of the abyss, my tomb, and the womb of my rebirth. Though much of Nosgoth's landscape had changed, these cliffs gave me my bearings. My clan territory was to the west. I was anxious to see how my descendants had fared during the centuries of my absence.
The storytelling in this game is nuts. I just like plow through the back doors ever.
Utter desolation. My once proud kin wiped from
Like
this
I just
world
slam my
with
forearm into
excrement
them and
from
bust them
hate.
open.
I knew the hand that wrought this deed.
Yes, I can use a vase too. No, throw it back. The first soul got away. I don't need to really use a portal yet, I'm just activating them. I'm trying to remember if I should go down here yet. I think I will. Oh wait, no, there is nothing down here. Excuse me. That's a weird burp. Yeah, this is just a weird area. Sneaky bitch.
No! Please!
I didn't recognize these flayed racks of flesh. Their scent was vampiric. They gnawed upon their victim's carcass like dogs.
That is some change. Right. This other asshole's gonna come back to life because I didn't get his soul in time. If you miss their soul, they'll stay on the ground as long as they're impaled. But as soon as you take the weapon back, they rise again. Sorry, Reaver. Yes. These guys usually like drop down on their knees. But at least they're not attacking. Like usually they just fear you.
This charnel house bore the unmistakable marks of Melchiah's clan. To what depths had our dynasty plummeted if these ghouls were the descendants of my high-born brother? Were they so debased as to recruit fledglings from the desiccated corpses here interred?
The way he just describes everything. I want the one with the skull. Yeah. I love the music too. It's really good.
My brother
creepy
Melchiah was
industrial
made
stuff.
last. and therefore received the poorest portion of Cain's gift. Although immortal, his soul could not sustain the flesh, which retained much of its previous human frailty. This weakness, it seemed, was passed on to his offspring. Their fragile skins barely contained the underlying decay.
You can kill them on these. I never tried. I'll try. What if I throw this at him? Damn it. Oh well. Bitch. I just walk over here then. Oh, they're actually smart enough to avoid. Toes got wet and it died like a bitch. Uh-oh, camera. A lot of times getting them on the spice can be tricky. Let's see. That guy's just gonna be up there forever.
Brazier. These wraiths are vampire spirits, fettered too long in the spectral realm.
Oh, these guys are assholes.
When their vampire natures adapt to this plane, they become eaters of souls. Do not allow these spirits to re-inhabit their corpses.
Damn it. Damn it. Missed. How do I get out of here? I honestly forgot how I get out of here for the time being. This is where I push this up over here. Oh no, I gotta take it down. This is one part that doesn't make sense. I should just be able to flip it up over that. Of course, there's an asshole down here. Oh, god damn it. You asshole. Busy. Leave me alone. Trying to do shit. Nope. God damn it. up on it. I can't cross over yet until my spiral is full. There it goes. Alright, gotta knock it off. Then you gotta rotate. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm so glad this franchise is having such a resurgence. The graphic novel Kickstarter raised like over $1 million in 2 weeks. People still really love this. Oh no, I'm sorry. Jesus. Fucking awful. We're on our way to our first boss already. God, the first time I played this remaster, it took me like 3.5 hours to get here. It's probably embarrassing. But like I'm also like really stoned when I play this game and I get lost a lot. But I remember everything I gotta do now. She's grounded, huh? I hope you can actually catch some sleep for sure. For the health. Actually, it might still be a bit more to do before we get to the boss, but we're like on the track. Damn right. I love how he hangs from it like that. I forget what this does. I think I can activate the thing up here now. Yes. And there's a slider puzzle. Oh, and there's things I gotta burn. I need to go up a level somehow. I forgot how. Something I'm doing wrong. No, this isn't the room I was thinking of. This is the way to the boss. Okay, here's the room where I burn things. This is holding up that platform. I've eaten an ungodly amount of like mini crunch bars the past 2 days. I just had such an insatiable urge for chocolate. And now we incorporate these into this puzzle. It's like I'll have no desire for chocolate for the longest time, but then like all of a sudden, eat way too fucking much of it. Oh right, I gotta put them in the corners. I like that, it signifies that you've done something right with the click. What's your favorite chocolate? Nice. I like Twix a lot. I'd say Snickers is my favorite. If they sell the hazelnut Snickers again though, oh my god, it's so good. 100 grand is good. I like that. Really caramel's really chewy though. Can get a little annoying to chew. frozen Kit Kats. For me, my top 4 would be Snickers, Kit Kat, Twix, and Crunch Bar.
Show yourself, creature.
Do you not recognize
Frozen
me,
matches.
brother?
Matcha.
Am I so changed?
I haven't had those. I haven't had the crazy flavors they got out now.
You should have stayed where the master sent you, Raziel.
God, his
You will
redesign
find
looks so good.
Nosgoth less pleasant than you remember.
What has become of my clan? Answer me, little brother, or I will beat an answer from your horrid lips.
Everyone is afraid, sibling. You awake to a world of fear. These times of change are so
Oh my god.
unsettling. Do you think I feel no revulsion for this form? Do you believe for a moment that our Lord would risk his empire upon an upstart inheritance?
Enough riddles. What are you saying?
You are the last to die.
Bullshit. Okay. Gotta kill this asshole. Come on, buddy. Oh. Come on, buddy. That's really cool. Goat thingy on the wall. I don't know, I might have to go out and lure him. He might be too stupid. Oh, here he comes. Where is that? Up here. I gotta get him in the cage. He can phase through things.
Tell me, Melchiah, where can I find Cain?
The Master is beyond your reach, Raziel. He makes himself known when he sees fit, not when commanded. Unreleased.
Guess he got off on that. I need to get mine out.
You have done well, Raziel.
Am I reduced to this? ghoul, a fratricide.
Elevated, Raziel, not reduced. Consuming Melchiah's soul has endowed you with a new gift. Insubstantial barriers such as these are no impediment to you in the spectral realm. Will yourself to pass through, and you shall.
Now I can do this. I always thought that was the coolest shit ever. Actually save it and then start the second game. What do you think? Yeah, I'm gonna start the second one. Oh shit, really? I think I like Soul Reaver 2 better.
At last. I must say I'm disappointed in your progress. I imagined you'd be here sooner. Tell me, did it trouble you to murder your brothers?
Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the abyss?
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago, I did not fathom the true power of knowledge. To know the future, Raziel. To see its paths and streams tracing
Imagine
out
being on acid in that
forward.
place.
As a man, I could never contain such forbidden truths. But each of us is so much more than we once were. Do you not
That's
feel
such a
with all
cool
your
shot.
soul how we have become like gods? As such, are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. Our futures are predestined. Mobius foretold mine eons ago. We each play out the parts fate has written for us. Free will is an illusion.
I found the tomb of Sarafan Kane. How could you profane a priest by turning him into a vampire?
How could I not? One must keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer. Who better to serve me than those whose passion transcends all notions of good and evil?
The Sarafan were serious, defending Nazgul from the corruption that we represent. My eyes are open, Kane. I find no nobility in the unlife you rudely forced on my unwilling corpse.
You may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Sarafan were noble, altruistic? Oh, don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours. You nearly had me, Raziel. this is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
Kane is such a dick.
Redeemer and Destroyer, Pawn and Messiah. Welcome, time-span soul. Welcome to your destiny. Where am I? Is the usual question. In your case, when might be more.
I hate this guy.
Very well, you old snake. If you'd prefer I use my bare hands.
This is completely unexpected. This orb disables our vampire enemies, leaving them helpless and incapacitated. Strangely, it seems to have the same effect on that peculiar weapon of yours. But you must believe me. I mean you no harm.
You can drop the benevolent facade, Mobius. I know who and what you are. I should kill you where you stand.
Perhaps you should, my boy. But you don't.
Are you so certain of that, Mobius?
My role as Time Guardian affords me a certain level of omniscience, Raziel. No, you don't kill me. That honor belongs to your maker, Kane, some 30 years from now.
I remember trying to get this game to work on a PS2 emulator,
Just as fatalistic as he is.
and it
Death
was hell
comes for us
because you
all,
can't skip the cutscenes,
Raziel.
and I had no way of knowing
It's
like,
just a matter of time.
if the game was actually going to work
How is it
properly
that
or
you
not.
know my name? We have
So I had to
never met.
reset it like
On
100
the
times before I
contrary,
got it right.
Raziel, I know you very well.
And every time I had to sit
And it grieves me to
these
see how
fucking
cruelly
cutscenes.
Kane has used you.
Luckily, you can
I
skip
knew
them
you
in this
when you were
version.
one of the Sarafan Brotherhood, Raziel. We were even close.
Oh, please.
Fortunately, you need not love me now to be my ally.
Are we within the stronghold of the Sarafan priesthood?
Yes, but the glorious days of the Sarafan have long since passed, I'm afraid. This is a more cynical and indecorous age. My mercenary army now inhabits this stronghold. We strive to honor the memory of the Sarafan with our own humble crusade.
Is this the vampire Vorador?
Yes, the scourge of the Circle, the most depraved and decadent example of his whole degenerate race. He slaughtered 6 of my fellow Guardians as they cowered defenseless in this room.
And you somehow survived this massacre?
I and 2 others. The Circle was devastated. Only we 3 were spared.
How convenient.
The
You'll forgive me
environment
if I don't
textures didn't
naively
change a
devour
lot
every
in
scrap
this,
of information you toss me.
but they're already pretty good.
You have a reputation for deceit.
And who has slandered me so? Your malefactor, Cain? The one who betrayed and destroyed you? Our common enemy? Consider the source before you judge me too harshly. We'll forget about rekindling our old friendship then. But consider an alliance based on our common ground. We both want Cain dead. I can help you do it.
You don't want to meddle in this, old man. I know all about your sordid little schemes, but you're simply out of your depth on this one.
You underestimate me, Raziel. Let me show you. Even now, Cain is lying in wait for you. unaware that I've snatched you out of the time stream and brought you here to me. See how he lingers at the very pillars he is destined to destroy, foolishly confident that he has eluded your grasp.
The pillars are still standing in this time.
Yes, Raziel. They are the embodiment of the divine force which preserves the life of our world. We who serve the pillars maintain their delicate balance, and Cain is destined to be the fulcrum upon which that balance turns. I believe you have already endured the wasteland wrought by his terrible, selfish decision. Cain's very existence is a cancer upon this world. As long as he lives, all of Nosgoth is in peril. You may never again be human, Raziel. But you can re-embrace the essence of your humanity and the nobility of your Sarafan heritage. Go to him, Raziel, and end this. But first, you will need to find your way out of the stronghold, and in this, I'm afraid I cannot help you. My soldiers will not understand your appearance here. They will try to kill you. You needn't fear them, of course. They're no match for you. Try to keep the casualties to a minimum. But do what you have
I'm gonna
to
kill
do.
them all.
All great movements require a few martyrs.
Alone now, I surveyed my surroundings and noticed a second time-streaming chamber. Its entrance identical to the first, but with one distinction. That crystal was significant, but how? I had not yet discovered.
I like his little claw flicks when he runs. Oh, right here, like, he's really blue for some reason. Kinda wish he stayed that shade the entire time. had to take a screenshot. Probably interrupted the recording a little bit, though. But I do want to take another. That's where I came from. I think. Shit. Okay, no.
Throughout the stronghold, I discovered evidence of my former nobility and my life as a Sarafan priest. This was the heritage so foully stolen from me when Cain raided my sacred crypt and defiled me.
Fucking camera. Away from the influence of Mobius's cursed staff, I could feel the strength of the Soul Reaver slowly returning. If that orb was as debilitating to vampires as it was to the blade, it gave Mobius a powerful advantage over his enemies. I finally understood how Mobius's crusade could decimate the vampires so successfully. If he could immobilize his enemies, they were at his mercy. Why, I wondered, would the staff have any effect on the Reaver? Good. Glad it's entertaining.
As I neared the stronghold's inner sanctum, a strange sensation crept over me. An indescribable feeling of displacement, a sense of vertigo, as reality itself appeared to warp and bend around me. The disturbance seemed to emanate from the sanctuary's furthest chapel. As I cautiously approached, the sense of dislocation intensified with each step. So this was the tomb of the beloved King William the Just, beatified here as the martyr and catalyst of Mobius's crusade. I was reminded of Cain's journey as a fledgling vampire, how Mobius coerced him to travel back in history and assassinate William. thus igniting a genocidal hatred of vampires among the citizens of Nosgoth. And here I discovered the source of the displacement. The Soul Reaver itself, laid out like a holy relic, and broken, apparently in the battle between William and Cain. I had not thought such a thing was possible. Until
I'm unsure if I can use the actual physical Soul Reaver as a weapon at any point.
Thus,
But I
the
hope that I
captive
can.
spirit inhabiting the Reaver was released, and binding itself to me became my symbiotic weapon. And so the Reaver met its former self, still imprisoned in this corporeal shell. I watched, mesmerized, as the Wraith blade uncoiled itself and snaked down the length of the physical blade, embracing its twin, its mirror self. The Reaver's long dormant spirit was now fully aroused, and for the first time, I felt the true presence of this other entity, willful, ravenous, and deranged from thousands of years of imprisonment. The Reaver was now in command, and I, now merely its helpless host, felt my soul being leached to restore the blade. But the Reaver knew better than to destroy its host, and just as I neared the brink of oblivion, the blade released its hold on me. As I recovered, I realized we were now bound together in a fragile alliance. The Reaver no longer merely my symbiotic
See,
weapon,
I'm gonna wield that.
a sentient parasite
looks awesome.
competing for control.
What have you done to me, Mobius? Is this your trap?
How mine? Don't forget it was Cain who led you here, not I. While you curse me, the only soul in Nosgoth ready to guide and assist you, Cain laughs at our folly and revels in your dismay.
These blades, now coiled in sinister embrace, have inspired terror in the hearts of creatures far more durable than you, old man. Bound together as they are, I can only imagine what they could do to your soul's fragile shell.
Raziel, I beg you to stay your hand. This was none of my doing. I have sought only to aid you in your righteous quest.
Why, you're trembling, Mobius. Has your confidence abandoned you? You seem to have made a fatal error by leaving your precious staff behind. Is that where all your courage comes from?
Listen to me, Raziel. You don't know what you're doing. I have taken an enormous risk by appearing here before you, so defenseless, yet eager to prove my good intentions. If there's anything left of the Seraphim in you, you won't do this. While you threaten me, your true enemy eludes you.
Don't concern yourself with Cain, old man. He'll join you in hell soon enough. As you said, death comes for us all.
Yes, the Wheel of Fate demands it.
What did you say?
The Wheel of Fate. The inexorable cycle of death and rebirth to which all men are compelled. We serve the same God.
Pretty sure we
Raziel.
should kill this guy.
To strike me down would be striking God's own attendant. And I don't believe even you would take that risk.
I tire of your games, Mobius. Now that I know you fear me, I needn't concern myself with you. Cain is waiting for me.
Go then, Raziel. Seek Cain out and destroy him in the name of the one God we both serve. You, who were once a Seraphim priest, murdered, profaned, destroyed, and reborn again from his mercy. You are now most powerfully equipped to be his agent, his instrument of restoration and retribution.
My own vengeance is motivation enough.
By my soul, you almost had me, my little blue assassin. But that'll be the one and only chance you get. I assure you of that.
I could now summon the blade at will, regardless of my strength. But once summoned, the blade's ravenous appetite could not be contained. It devoured the souls of its victims, and if I allowed it to become over-aroused, the Reaver would now turn its hunger on me. So this was the legendary Janos Ordrin, reputed to have been the most ancient and diabolical vampire to have ever existed. According to folklore, he lived high in the cliffs of Nosgoth's northern mountains and preyed mercilessly on the defenseless villages below. His reign of terror ended when the Sarafan finally hunted him down and tore his throbbing heart from his still-living body. This relic came to be known as the Heart of Darkness, and was supposedly imbued with the power to restore vampiric unlife. The Sarafan therefore guarded it carefully, lest the heart fall into the hands of their enemies. But I wondered, could Janos Ordrin truly have been as monstrous as depicted here? Or was this merely artistic license by the Sarafan, who sought to lionize themselves by demonizing their darkest enemy?
He does have the mad yaoi hands. His hands actually disturb. What the fuck is that? Real nice job. I don't know what the fuck that is. But that's a bat.
Strange how my history came full circle. This chapel, I realized, was a memorial to my former Sarafan brethren and myself. All of us martyred here. And then so cruelly profaned by Cain when he imposed his gift on our noble corpses. For the first time, I beheld the image of my Sarafan self, memorialized here among my fallen comrades. It tortured me to see how noble and pure I had been, and what a vile phantasm I had become, and a profound sense of injury, of loss and betrayal welled up in me, so overwhelming I could barely contain it. All I wanted at this moment was to find Cain and destroy him.
She bleed out. I think she did. Cool. this shithole.
I emerged, and for the first time beheld Nosgoth in its former glory. The land overflowed with abundant life and vitality, and I knew with certainty then that the world I had left behind was nothing more than the corpse of Nosgoth, a lifeless husk bled dry by the corruption of Cain's parasitic empire. This was the fragile world Cain sacrificed to preserve his own petty life and ambition, heedless of the profound cost. The sight only deepened my resolve. I sensed that the pillars lay to the northwest. If Cain truly waited to confront me there, I would not disappoint him. As I passed this arcane landmark, a wisp of the Reaver's energy was drawn to the ring, illuminating it. This created a beacon of sorts in the spirit world. If ever I found myself depleted in the spectral realm, and my soul tossed on the ethereal winds, these beacons would draw me back to safety and restore me.
Way to explain a checkpoint.
These ancient obelisks were mysteriously attuned to my spiritual essence. By simply touching the symbol, I could safely preserve an imprint of my soul, and thus create a milestone to which I could return when weary, and from which I could resume my journey.
It's a save station.
While I had only just escaped the stronghold, I sensed that in time my journey would return me full circle to this place. Infiltrating the fortress, however, would be no small feat. The balcony that had provided my escape was now well beyond my reach, leaving this massive gateway as the only means of entry. The gates were sealed, but like the time-streaming chamber I had seen earlier, their operation was undoubtedly linked to that odd crystal mounted above the entrance.
Prepare to die.
I'm not a fan of the axe. I like the swords.
Ice, my Reaver!
had nothing in common with the deranged jackals I left behind in Kain's derelict empire. They seem to retain much of their former humanity. In this era, vampires were clearly not the uncontested predators we had been. These creatures were hunted mercilessly and oppressed. And while I still believed that vampirism was a plague and had to be wiped out, there was nothing noble or righteous in this crusade. This was simply ruthless persecution.
Seize him! My blade!
The pillars of Nosgoth, pristine, whole, and uncorrupted. I had never beheld them in
How
this
far did them pillars
undefiled
go?
state. Yet something profound and indelible resonated within me at the sight.
What's on the
There,
other end?
waiting at the very heart of the pillars, was the canker that was destined to destroy them.
I know you're there, Reaver.
Mobius led me to you, Kain. Though I might have guessed you'd meet me here.
And if Mobius told you I was hidden on the underside of hell, would you throw yourself into oblivion to pursue me? Mobius trawls for the ignorant and unwary, hauling his gasping prey from the streams of their destinies. Stay out of his net, Raziel.
Spare me your elaborate metaphors, Kain. I have pursued you here for one purpose. You will pay for your betrayal, and balance will thus be restored to Nosgoth.
And whose will is satisfied then? The will of Raziel or Mobius?
Would I be better manipulated by you, Kain? Now, turn and face me. The chase is over.
This isn't a chase, Raziel. We are merely passengers on the wheel of destiny, describing a perfect circle to this point. We've been brought here for a reason. I've seen the beginning and the end of our story, however, and the tale is crude and ill-conceived. We must rewrite the ending of it. You and I.
Face me, Kain. Even you shouldn't die a coward's death.
Isn't it customary to grant the condemned a final request?
I recall no such courtesy from you.
Indulge me, Raziel. All I ask is that you listen. This is the sublime moment of our undoing, Raziel. The ineffable fulcrum upon which swings the entirety of our history. This is where all of Nosgoth is betrayed. In this instant, Ariel, the Balance Guardian, is murdered by dark forces bent on overthrowing the pillars. Her spirit is just now tearing free, lost in the ether, trying to find its way here. You have already seen how she comes to haunt these pillars.
Bound here by your refusal to die. You are the reason this land becomes diseased. As long as you remain alive, you condemn Nosgoth to an eternity of decay.
Be still, Raziel. See this. As Ariel dies, I am being born to take her place as Balance Guardian. Such is my destiny.
My God.
At the moment of my first cry, Ariel's beloved, the Guardian nun wrapped her, finds her corpse. Racked with grief and tormented by suspicions of treachery, Nupraptor plunges into a madness which overflows and infects all of the Guardians who are symbiotically bound, including me. The repercussions of Ariel's assassination were expertly calculated. The entire circle descends into madness, and I am tainted at the moment of my birth, instantly rendered incapable of fulfilling the role destiny has prepared for me.
Shall I show you the same mercy you showed the rest of the Circle, then? You blithely murdered them to restore their pillars, yet your hand faltered when it came to the final sacrifice. What makes you exempt, Cain? You're merely the last man standing. Why condemn me for simply carrying out what you hadn't the courage to do yourself?
Let's drop the moral posturing, shall we? We both know there's no altruism in this pursuit. Your reckless indignation led you here. I counted on it. There's no shame in it, Raziel. Revenge is motivation enough. At least it's honest. Hate me, but do it honestly. 30 years hence, I am presented with a dilemma. Let's call it a two-sided coin. If the coin falls one way, I sacrifice myself and thus restore the pillars. If the last surviving vampire knows, this would mean the annihilation of our species. Mobius made sure of that. If the coin lands
More
on
like
the
that
reverse,
bacon jerky.
I refuse
That
the
looks
sacrifice
disgusting.
and thus doom the pillars
And
to an
it's
eternity
disgusting.
of
I've tried it,
collapse.
it's terrible.
Either way,
It's like
the game is rigged.
We agree
low quality
that
bacon
the pillars
that
are crucial.
you
They
make
must be restored.
and then you just leave
Yes,
out
Raziel.
all day.
And that's why we've come
And then
full
they put it
circle
in a bag.
to this place.
So after all this,
That's
you
bacon
make my
jerky.
case for me. To end this stalemate, you must die so that new Guardians can be born.
Pillars don't belong to them, Raziel. They belong to us.
Your arrogance is boundless, Cain.
There's a third option. A monumental secret hidden in your very presence here. But it's a secret you have to discover for yourself. Unearth your destiny, Raziel. It's all laid out for you here.
You said it yourself, Cain. There are only two sides to your coin.
Apparently, sir. But suppose you throw a coin enough. Suppose one day it lands on its edge.
Shit.
I didn't know what impulse stayed my hand, why I had so willingly allowed Cain to escape me when I had pursued him for so long. I had no reason to trust Cain after he had valued me so little, and yet I found myself intrigued by his words. I had been too cruelly used to so gullibly play his pawn, but if this world truly had secrets to divulge, I was determined to expose them. His tiny head. Damn it. This camera's way too slippery.
Oh, did he come back? He came back.
From the moment of my arrival, I had the constant and palpable sensation of being watched. Someone, it seemed, was keenly interested in my presence here. From the look of it, this door had been sealed for centuries. I began to realize it was no mere coincidence that I found myself standing here, beneath this winged figure with blue skin and cloven hands so like my own, and bearing this unique key. And so it was with a sense of gravity and trepidation that I unsealed that ancient door and crossed the threshold.
Just ignore these guys.
As I entered the chamber, I sensed that it had been sealed for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. And while this room was clearly built when the pillars were erected, I knew that no human hand could have shaped this place, and that perhaps it had never been seen by human eyes. The surrounding murals depicted a winged race, their features so like my own, but beautiful, where mine were grotesque, and angelic, while mine were demonic. I tried to decipher these images. A great war, but with combatants like none I had ever seen. The pillars, raised by this winged race, who thus defeated their adversaries. The winged beings again, writhing in agony, apparently afflicted with the same bloodthirst I had so recently suffered. And throughout the chamber, inscribed everywhere, images of the Reaver itself. Was this what Cain had urged me to discover? I wondered.
Lies, Raziel. Do not be deceived.
Ah, my ancient benefactor. And I dared to hope we had parted ways forever. Silence was refreshing. It lasted. No doubt you have a conveniently inexpressible
Basically, everybody
reason for your
is a
presence
deceiver.
here.
Do not be insolent, Raziel. I am eternally present here and everywhere, now and always. I am the still center of the turning wheel, the hub of this world's destiny.
But perhaps not so omnipotent as you'd have me believe. Your hold on me appears to be tenuous. I no longer seem to need you. Yet I'm guessing you still need me.
This impudence is unworthy of you, Raziel. Do not forget that you have a task to fulfill here. You are indebted to me.
Indebted? You would have me show gratitude for a gift I didn't ask to be bestowed. Do you forget that you forced me to inhabit this vile carcass?
I restored you to yourself, Raziel. It was Cain who destroyed you. The very enemy you've just let slip through your grasp. Do not fail me, my servant.
I serve no one. Not you, not Cain, and not your lackey Mobius.
Mobius is my good servant. I have many.
And if I tell Mobius that he's worshipping a giant squid, do you think his faith will falter?
You have grown willful, Raziel. But beware. To embrace a serpent is to invite poison into your heart. Cain is a sinuous beast. He will seduce and deceive you. You pride yourself on your free will, yet you let that degenerate deter your resolve.
I harbor no illusions about his integrity, nor anyone else's. In fact, I am beset by manipulation on all sides. Merely seek the truth.
These are the fathomless truths, Raziel. The agony of birth and death and rebirth. This is the wheel of fate, the purifying cycle which sustains all life. Vampires are an abomination, a plague which leeches this land of its spiritual strength. They obstruct the flow of life and death. Their souls stagnate in their wretched corpses. But the wheel must turn. Death is inexorable and cannot be denied. Your destiny is irresistible, Raziel. You are my soul reaver, the scourge of the vampires, reaper of their apostate souls. Remain steadfast, end the vampire's parasitic curse, and restore Nosgoth. Cain's blood belongs on your hands.
Cain indeed deserves to die for condemning me to this repugnant form. But if and when I kill him, it will be for me alone to decide.
Cain destroyed you without a flicker of remorse. He tore the soul from your noble corpse. And after you had served him faithfully for 1,000 years, he discarded you in the abyss on a jealous whim. Remember your rage, Raziel. Let it guide your hand.
Okay, good. I thought I overwrote my my first file, but I didn't. There's a huge glare on my TV screen. least you have infinite breath.
I surfaced into a very different landscape. The daylight barely penetrated the dense canopy of this forest.
Oh boy.
Here
A
I
swamp
discovered an
level.
ancient ruin, unmistakably one of Mobius's time-streaming chambers, but long ago sealed and abandoned to the encroaching swamp. I didn't currently possess the means to break this seal, but I thought in time that I might.
Will like slow you down, but you can just jump. It's not too big of a deal.
So, my lurking observer was exposed. The creature vanished when he realized he was discovered, but I caught a glimpse of him, and his features were distinctive enough. This was the vampire Vorador, the monstrous assassin depicted in the stronghold. Strange that a creature brazen enough to assault the circle single-handedly would avoid confronting me. Very well. If Vorador would not come to me, I would go to him. But first, I needed to find some means of reaching that terrace.
Oh, you like the swamp music? Yeah, it's pretty good. I love creepy ambience. Oh yeah. You fucking asshole. God damn. You got like 6 hits in on me. I couldn't believe that the first game used an Information Society song. Then I went and checked out the album that it's from, and that album is just amazing.
There appeared to be a passage
I think
here,
I'm just walking
leading
around
northward
looking at
into the
things.
mountains. The opening, however, was obstructed and too high for me to reach. Perhaps later I would find the means to bypass these obstacles.
Love that sound. Damn, this bitch falls down a lot.
My lurking friend was nowhere to be seen, but I
The
found
dripping
these
noise, though,
ruins even more
in the
intriguing.
soundtrack.
I
It was driving me
recognized these
crazy the other night,
arcane
'cause I kept
symbols
thinking,
from
like,
the
one of my
chamber
faucets
beneath the
was leaking.
pillars, and realized that this shrine, too, was sealed to all but the bearer of the Reaver.
Alright. Now the Soul Reaver eats souls. So I can't get them. I like this section of the level. It's a pretty fun puzzle. Kicking works best in these assets.
Throughout this ancient shrine, murals depicted the winged race, the apocalyptic war against their mysterious and equally inhuman adversaries. These winged beings, it seemed, were not only the architects of the pillars, but of this enigmatic place as well. And just as in the Pillar's chamber, this shrine was adorned throughout with imagery of the Reaver, depicted with the reverence of a holy icon.
Oh! Bitch. I'm gonna try to run. I want vengeance. Ooh, it cleaved them in half. Nice. I'm gonna die probably. Maybe not. Vengeance. Mine. After I solve this puzzle, though, I'm probably gonna call it quits because I need to eat. Pretty hungry. I got these frozen Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. They're pretty good. I have that with like a side of coleslaw and corn. almost like a solid wall right there. But there's like a picture of an eclipse, which gives you the hint. Which one? Oh, it's that one. Holy shit, I'm having like a meltdown. Oh wait, no, I remember. I'm stupid. Man, the first time I couldn't figure this out for hours. That's really cool though. Just remember how to solve the other one. Yeah, there's a thing there I gotta shoot too. Never shoot anything with the Soul Reaver, so I always forget that you can. Oh, but first... Shadow Bridge. Oh. We did it. Tried to itch my ear. Fucking headset fell off.
As I neared the altar, I suddenly felt the Reaver quickening of its own volition. Just as in William's chapel, the balance of power tangibly shifted. Voracious and willful, the Soul Reaver was now in control. And I, merely its helpless puppet. The Reaver plunged itself into that mysterious altar, and devouring the energy that emanated from within, drained this place of its power. Thus sated, the Reaver released me. And I realized as I recovered control that these ancient shrines were forges, each purpose-built to enhance the Reaver with elemental power. Now I understood the purpose of the mysterious basins I had seen throughout my journey. They were elemental fonts, each attuned to a fundamental essence. When I forged the blade, every font in Nosgoth with the same elemental attunement was simultaneously quickened. The Reaver's enhancements were never permanent, but these fonts enabled me to re-imbue the blade by bathing it in the elemental energy distilled therein. Concentric circles, one eclipsing the other. I recognized this symbol from the door sealing that other ancient shrine, the one I had seen in the lake outside the Sarafan stronghold. Perhaps now, armed as I was with the elemental power of darkness, I could return and gain entry.
excuse for a savior?
Vorador.
I see my reputation precedes me.
It does.
All good, I hope. I've been watching you since you emerged from that accursed stronghold. Strange that your arrival coincides with the corruption of the Pillars. But I'm wondering, are you the catalyst of these events? Or the answer to them?
I don't know what you mean.
I will speak plainly then. I distrust your origins, stranger. Seeing you crawl from the putrid depths of Mobius's keep makes me question your purpose here. And what should I make of your appearance? Not human, clearly, and more demon than vampire. And the Pillars. It is no mere coincidence that your arrival in that clearing heralded the Pillars' decay. And so I ask you plainly, are you the instrument of the Pillars' destruction, or their salvation?
Neither.
Very well. Let us look at the other side of the coin. I have followed your journey and watched as you blithely unlocked secrets that have been sealed and forbidden for thousands of years. The path you have been treading is open to only one being. You don't know what you are, do you?
I have been many things. If you find me ignorant, enlighten me.
What's the point? This world is beyond redemption. Let the human cattle have it.
I would expect better than meek capitulation from you.
Centuries of persecution have taught me well. 500 years ago, our race was nearly exterminated by the fanatical crusades of the Seraphim. And now the same sick drama unfolds again. In merely a decade, Mobius's cutthroat citizen army has nearly accomplished what the Seraphim could not. Vampires meddling in the affairs of men. Look where it's brought us.
What am I to make of these secrets I've uncovered, then? The depictions of the winged race, the Pillars, and the Reaver.
Fairy tales, boy. The delusions of an ancient culture clinging to hope long after the world had discarded them. Their bloodline trickled away, until only one of the ancients remained, sustained solely by obligation and his unfaltering faith in the old prophecies. But you see, even if you are who you appear to be, it no longer matters. You're simply too late. Janos Audron, the Reaver Guardian, the last of the ancients, and my maker, was murdered by the Seraphim nearly 5 centuries ago. He alone would have the answers you seek, but his secrets died with him. I don't know how you've come even this far without his guidance, or without the Reaver, stolen these 500 years ago by the Seraphim. I'm afraid, my friend, that you and all of us are out of luck.
I had no less reason to trust Vorador than anyone else I had met. In fact, the ancient vampire was the most forthright being I had encountered thus far. If Janos Audron was the key to all this, then I would find him, and Mobius's time-streaming device would provide me passage. But first, I had to find a way back into the stronghold, and I suspected I would find the means within the lake's mysterious shrine.
I'm gonna go save it. And then
Here it comes. Down.
surface.
Ah, my wayward child returns.
Having unearthed more than you'd like, I suspect. What am I to make of these ruins that litter the land, and these images here in this chamber?
Merely the deceits of a failed civilization. You are being misled, Raziel. This ancient race hoped to manipulate
Everyone
the
is a
future
lying
with
asshole.
strong misdirections. You must tread carefully. There are dark forces at work in this world, bent on subverting your true destiny.
I have no doubt of that. The question is, am I in their presence right now?
Your arrogance will spell your demise, Raziel. Deny my will, and the arc of your destiny will reach a sudden conclusion.
Your threats are unmoving. Even now, I'm beyond your reach.
My reach is longer
I
than you
just love Raziel
realize.
as a character.
This is a very dangerous game you're playing, Raziel.
Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, I gotta quit so I can eat food. But I enjoyed your company. Hope you're entertained. Maybe I can hopefully stream again soon. Awesome. Yeah, I will see you on Discord. Of course, anytime. Oh, wait a minute. We gotta let him crack his bones real quick. Love you too. Come on, crack your neck. One more. There we go. Alright. Catch you in a minute.